Hey Pisces, welcome to your energy reading for the month of August 2026. Of course, as always, take what makes sense for you and your story. If anything does connect, if you don't mind supporting with a like, comment, subscribe, it really does help me out a lot. And of course, would love to have you a part of the channel. So welcome in. Thank you for your time and energy. And I really hope that this reading helps you in some way. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for Pisces in the month of August. Going to start out with some astrological cards. I'll move into the tarot for deeper messages and then pull out a few mindful messages for what God, Source, would like you to keep in mind in August. If you would like to book a reading with me or check out my other services or send a donation, you can do so through my link tree, which is in my bio down below, or my bio down below, my description down below. It's in my bio too, but just FYI, if you would like to look into that, anything's appreciated. But let's see what's going on with Pisces. So we have ascendant. Interesting, because literally the North Node right now is in Pisces. It's going to be transitioning into Aquarius, I believe, later this month, if I'm not mistaken. You'll have to check on that, and I will too after this reading. But I feel like there's something about a new beginning here for you, Pisces, especially with like the North Node making this transition. And of course, when we're talking about Aquarius energy, it does talk, it is like a visionary type of energy where you may be considering like taking a leadership role. You may be coming up with some sort of new idea that you can put out into the world to help the collective in some way. I don't know if you're going to be doing like spiritual work or divination, doing tarot or psychic readings, or even if it's just not like doing divination stuff, it could just be like mentoring others, being like I'm hearing support group. I don't know if some of you will be like a counselor or like helping other people in some way, like process their emotions like a counselor would. Just like care, something about care work, like it could be medical, doesn't have to be medical care, but could be. I'm also hearing hospice in my mind, and something about like nursing homes for some of you. But yeah, but I want you to know, like, because my nose is itching, and when this happens, because as an empath reader, if you're an empath, but for me specifically as a channeler, I get physical symptoms, which are just messages. But this is a representation, my nose itching, saying that you have a loved one, spirit guide, angel on the other side that's been trying to connect with you. So maybe there's a loved one you've been thinking of missing, maybe getting signs around about, maybe even praying to, or just having like memories come up around this time. If you're like, it doesn't really connect with you, it could just be an angel, spirit guide, or the universe trying to get your attention through signs, through synchronicities, things like that. But I do feel like there is something about a closing out of a cycle for you and the beginning of a new cycle. I feel like August, it feels like to me, August is going to be a time where you are finally taking, I don't know why I'm saying finally, maybe this has been a long time coming, where you are going to be really stepping into this new version of yourself, or this new beginning, whether it's a new job, a new home, a new relationship, or just a new sense of like approach to life, or just how you're putting yourself out into the world. I hope that's making sense. But let's see if there's anything else that wants to come up for Pisces. I feel like there's another card in here for you. Okay. Yeah, okay. So interesting, because even Saturn has been I think Saturn was in Pisces for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. So we have Saturn coming up here. I don't know if you have Capricorn in your chart or dealing with one. I'm a Pisces moon, by the way, and I have a Capricorn stellium, which a stellium is like having 3 or more placements in your astrological chart and one sign. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Maybe some of you connect with that. I don't know. But we're talking about you, Pisces, right now. So you do have the 7th house coming up. So there is something coming through strongly about relationships for some of you. If it's not having to do with relationships like other people, this could just be a relationship with spirit. This could be your relationship with yourself. So it can apply, relationships can apply to different things. Your relationship to money, your relationship to your job, your home, your pets, society, whatever it may be for you. But it's interesting because even in this card, there's like a transitional type of energy from something that was like maybe dull, black and white, kind of like outdated in some way. And these ties are being loosened. So these ties are being loosened where it's like, maybe this is part of this entrance card, where it's like maybe there's something around this time where you are leaving a relationship. Maybe there's an ending of a relationship in some way, or there's a beginning of a new relationship. There's also, I get this energy too of possibly for a select few of you, there could be a resurgence of relationship that may have closed in the past before, but it's almost being like revived in some way, like being able to let go of what has happened in the past, what's no longer serving both of you, so that you can create something new, plant new seeds to strengthen a bond. And it's almost like something that switches from black and white to color. I don't know why there feels like something having to do with that for some of you. Like, I also don't know if there's like old ways of doing things and trying new ways of doing things having to do with relationships in general. The seventh house is Libra energy, so you could have Libra in your chart or be dealing with one. But I just feel like there is something about an ending and new beginning. But I just feel like for a lot of you, it's like really stepping into a new beginning in August in some way or some area of your life that is going to be different than what you have done before, if that makes sense. But I don't know why I'm holding this deck. Let's get into the tarot and see in further detail what this is talking about. Hopefully all of this is helping in some way, but let's just see. And let me know down below what connects for you. I always love to hear what connects for people. So if you don't mind, commenting would really help. Or just like the video, that helps too. And also, if you're able to hype the video, like sometimes there's a button to hype the video. If you're able to do that, that really pushes the video out to other people who may benefit from this content. So maybe consider that. And thank you for your support. Yeah, nurturing. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. There's something about grounding yourself, stabilizing yourself, knowing your worth, knowing your value. There's like a peaceful energy I get with this. As you see, as she's just like, she's very content. It feels very like peaceful, calm, relaxed, stable. It's like it doesn't mean less powerful by any means. It's almost like a quiet power is what I get with you, Pisces, maybe around this time in August, especially as we step into Virgo season, because this is earth energy. And I'm burping now, which is another message, and my nose is starting to itch again. So there's something about spirit is going to be guiding you through some sort of healing. I don't know if there's like mental, emotional, physical, spiritual healing, maybe having to do with the relationships. I'm not sure, especially for those of you that, maybe there's been a broken ties with a past person or past situation, whatever it is for you. And this is a time really for you to take care of yourself. Self-care is coming through. Making sure that you're, especially like with the Virgo energy, because Virgo, I get one of two things. Like, it talks about acts of service, but it also talks about like daily activities, daily habits, daily routines. It's like maybe this is a time where you are really finding balance and harmony and beginning to implement and take practical steps towards new habits, new routines, and also new ways of doing things having to do with your connection or relationship with other people or people, places, things, whatever it is for you. This card is saying you provide care and stability, blending practicality with abundance. Your nurturing energy creates prosperity and harmony. So maybe there's something within your work, again, coming through, because when I was picking up the Virgo energy, again, acts of service, saying like, I don't know if some of you are going to be stepping into some sort of nurturing care. This again is coming through, which I feel like could be possibly having to do with this North Node switching signs, because it's interesting. If I'm not mistaken, you may have to verify this online, but I believe the North Node is going into Aquarius during Virgo season. So to me, this aligns perfectly, saying that there is some sort of preparation, even if it doesn't happen in August. Maybe there's just something about planning for this, being able to change the way you are doing things and work, your relationship to your work. Something about that is coming through quite strongly, where you're going to be doing, wow, generosity with the Six of Pentacles, which literally this is confirmation with what I'm saying. The six represents Virgo energy. Virgo represents the sixth house. This is earth energy with pentacles. And this talks about also, I get Libra energy with the scales here, because the scales is a symbol for Libra. And this is talking about rebalancing and, there's just something about also like your daily habits, your daily routines, your daily work, whatever this is, and having a more balanced, equal give and take, nurturing situation. Yeah, and then you have the Three of Pentacles underneath that, talking about collaboration. So I don't know if there's like new people that this could be having to do with work as well. Maybe there's a transition in work where you are going to be collaborating with other people. The generosity card says a balance of giving and receiving is key. Share your resources generously, knowing they will return in abundance. Acts of kindness, acts of service even, acts of kind service, which is in perfect harmony. It says creates harmony and strengthens connections. I'm telling you, you are someone, Pisces, that provides a very nurturing, loving, healing, uplifting energy. I feel like some of you could be helping others, even in relationships, even finding justice and balance, because justice is also something that is, or justice is a card in the tarot. I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. So it's like something's happening in order. Part of this entrance here, this destiny, this purpose, this mission, whatever it is. I don't know if the Justice card is represented by Libra as well, also has the scales in that card. But there's something here about like justice, but also maybe the legal system. I don't know if some of you are, again, acts of service, maybe being in some sort of like service to the collective, to the community, to society, like being a lawyer, being a judge, being, someone who, like, I'm also getting like soup kitchen for some people. Like you're just somebody who really wants to see others thrive. And you're somebody who really wants to help those who are in need, because you are a generous, kind, and nurturing person, not just for yourself, but for the collective. But I do feel like first and foremost, you need to be nurturing and providing that care that you would provide for others, for yourself first and foremost. And just know that you're not alone and that you're going to have help if you don't already. This says teamwork and shared effort are bringing your vision to life. Each person's contribution matters. By working together, you'll achieve success greater than what you could accomplish alone. Granted, you can do it alone, but you don't have to, Pisces. I think that's maybe another message with like, your relationship to relationships in general. It's like being able to allow yourself to be vulnerable and let others help you. I don't know if there's something about that needs healing, maybe because of what you've experienced in the past, maybe something as far back as childhood where you've had to take care of yourself in some way. I'm getting a little bit of survival mode for some of you. That won't be for everybody. But however that makes sense to you, it's like, I just feel like this is a time where you're truly stepping into your divinity, your worth, your value, and being someone others can look up to as well. But making sure that you're doing that for yourself first so that you can provide to others. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of yourself. It's kind of like that saying on the airplane. They say you got to put on your oxygen mask first, before you put on anybody else's. Because how are you going to help someone else if you're dead on the ground? You know, I mean, that's just an example or an analogy, but you get what I'm saying. But let's see what's incoming in the future, and then we will see, and then we will get some mindful messages for what Source wants you to keep in mind for the month of August. I hope all of this is making sense and helping. I don't know if I already said that, but maybe I did. So we have deception here with the Seven of Swords. What is this about? I feel like something you know, like, because you have intuition and wisdom at the bottom of the deck and indecision. Are you not trusting your intuition, Pisces? Which can happen, especially if there are things that you are still working through. I think maybe that's partly why the survival mode came through. Because there's something about, even if it's not that heavy, Pisces, there could be something having to do with like your ego or like how you're seeing yourself. I don't know if there's something here about self-worth as well. I feel like you're stepping into a greater sense of self-worth though, or you already are. But for some of you, maybe there is still this working through, finding rebalancing and healing because of the relationships that you've had that have maybe made you feel like either you're not good enough, or maybe there has been liars, cheaters, stealers, manipulators, people who do not have your best do not have the best intentions for you and your heart, and maybe have really hurt you in the past. Maybe that's part of why you have relationships with this Libra energy, saying that, and why justice may be coming through is like there's something about finding rebalancing and letting go and forgiving and breaking this tie, breaking the chains of what has hurt you in the past through what has been a deception, or what has caused you to feel that you can't trust in yourself in your decision making. And or maybe there is something even as far as like your finances that has really taken a toll because of your self-worth, or you not being able to trust others. But I feel like your intuition is always there. It's always guiding you, speaking to you, loving you, supporting you, saying it's like this has been a very consistent theme throughout the readings thus far, Pisces, of like listening to your intuition versus your ego. While your ego may be loud, your intuition may be quiet. So it's important to take that time to contemplate and meditate and connect. I think that's partly why, again, the Queen of Pentacles is coming through, like finding that peaceful space that is nurturing, stable, secure, healthy, so that you can really listen and learn what Spirit is trying to guide you towards. But I feel like for most of you, your intuition has really spoken to you about any type of deception. And maybe, again, that's why there has been some sort of ending, walking away from people, places, or things that were not what you thought they were. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be that someone like outright lied to you, but there could have been like a job or a situation, something having to do with work even, or business, where you thought something was one thing, and then you come to find out it was something completely different, and just no longer in alignment with what you deserve, what you are worthy for, not giving back to you what you have been putting in. Again, maybe there's been some sort of manipulation surrounding your money, relationships, whether it's coworkers, whether it's love partnerships, family even. There can sometimes, when money's involved, people will do things that you would not expect over money. And sometimes it can be the closest people to you. I've had that experience as well. So just know that you're not alone in that. Trust your intuition, because your intuition is saying the answers you seek are within. Trust your inner voice. And you know what's interesting, I feel called to say, because actually this card does say the answers you seek lie within. I said are within. But this lie is really calling out to me, because there's something about this deception. It feels like there's a deception energy surrounding your intuition, where I feel like your intuition was on point with something, but you didn't trust in yourself. Maybe you felt like you were lying because you didn't have proof, even though you had the knowing. Or maybe someone was saying like, you don't know what you're talking about, like they were lying and maybe there was something having to do with the lie here. And even though you knew the truth and you didn't have evidence for it, it still came out to be that you were right, but there was some sort of lie or manipulation that was keeping your intuition quiet. That's coming through very strongly. I don't know why I skipped over that at first, because I don't do that. But sometimes things happen where like I'll just like my voice or my mouth will just say things, and that's spirit. But I feel like this is important because I feel like this lie is really speaking to this deception that you have endured. But this is saying to trust your inner voice and allow it to guide you through any uncertainty, any deception. Patterns from the past may obscure your vision. This is what I'm saying, but your intuition knows the truth. These are the patterns: lies, deception, people who don't have good intentions. Whatever this is, that has what's been obscuring your vision, but you're being called to look within and trust what you are receiving because it is true. I feel like this has been proven many times, but sometimes you still doubt it, which is understandable. We all do that. So you're not alone in that, but it's being able to really lean into that, letting your past experiences show you that you're not crazy for having a strong intuition. You know what I'm saying? Because it can make you feel crazy. I'm a Pisces moon myself. I do tarot readings for a living. So yeah, I mean, people can make you feel like you're crazy or that you're just coming up with bullshit when you're really not. So don't let the outside world dictate or guide you to outside of or guide you away, deceive you from what your heart and your soul and your knowing is proving to you. This says, create stillness in your life to access the clarity and wisdom already within you, which again is confirming what the Queen of Pentacles is saying, to take that time out to protect your energy and connect and find that peace and calm and solitude. The deception is talking about be mindful of dishonesty, whether from others or even yourself, about like your ego and not trusting your intuition. This says clarity and integrity will lead to better outcomes. Avoid shortcuts and trust in the truth as the foundation of success. So as you follow your intuition, you will be successful. So if there's anything that comes up in August having to do with this, lean into your intuition. Don't let others deceive you from what you know to be true and dissuade you from your own self-worth and value. You know, you got to, it's like being that nurturing motherly energy. Maybe some of you even have to reparent yourself. Maybe that's where that survival mode is coming through as well. I don't know why I keep picking up this astrological deck. Maybe there's something more in there. Okay, I'll pull it. Fuck it. Let's see what wants to come in. Because I keep picking up this deck and shuffling it like I'm going to use it, but I wasn't planning on it. But I feel like Spirit wants to say something. But I'm just telling you, there's just something about like maybe needing to reparent yourself because of how you were treated growing up. Something about that, your self-worth, your value, your like worthiness and you know, maybe you have always been very psychic and intuitive and spiritual, and people really pushed that down or really said you were crazy or you don't know what you're talking about, when really you did all along. But because they deceived you, you started to believe their deception for some of you. Maybe you've already broken out of that, but maybe that's something some of you are still healing from. Holy shit. As I fucking say that, look, you have Chiron, which is heal. You were hurt very deeply. This is a family wound. This is a deep soul wound. This is part of your soul lesson here in this life. This is amazing. You have gone through, are going through, or will go through a major shedding of an old version of yourself so that you can tap into your divinity and step into your royalty of knowing that you are a powerful intuitive. You are a powerful intuitive, Pisces. And this is a new beginning because the 28 card that's showing up here adds down to 10. 10 adds down to 1 in numerology, which is a new beginning. But first has to end the shedding of the old version of yourself where you are letting others or allowing your ego to diminish yourself and keep your power at bay, to cause you to not trust in your own spiritual knowing. And that's another thing with Aquarius too, because again, like as the North Node goes from Pisces to Aquarius, Aquarius is a sign energy of knowing. You may not have all the truth or the proof. You may not have all the proof to prove your truth, if that makes sense. But you are going to have a lot more confidence. And I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, you're going to be stepping into some sort of spiritual work, or at the very least, you're going to be trusting your intuition and following it and seeing how the results work in your favor. And there is this rebalancing of karma, rebalancing of the scales, you getting justice and getting back what you lost in your past. This is big. This feels big. I hope all of that was helping and making sense, Pisces. Let's go ahead and get a mindful message or two from Source for what you should keep in mind in August. I just can't believe it's August. Like, what the hell? I know we always say this, but it's just like, the older I get, the faster and faster time. It's like years don't even feel like years anymore. It feels like 6 months. A year feels like 6 months now. It's just crazy how fast it goes. Yeah, it's not personal. So again, this deception from other people, how other people treated you, which was horrible, by the way, I will say for some of you, of course, the levels will be different, as far as how bad your experiences were with family or relationships that were very toxic or unhealthy or just not real or just not what you thought they were. I'm telling you, they are catalysts for your evolution and growth. These are soul contracts for you to evolve. Okay, subconscious mind as well. And then I'm going to take the breathe as well. So first we have it's not personal. So keeping in mind that how other people treat you is really just a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. And I'm burping again, confirming, sorry for the burp, but it just is... excuse me, it's so strong because of this healing. I'm telling you, I know it seems random, but it's not. Like, this is just how I channel energy. But again, believe it or don't, I feel like I don't know why I'm explaining myself, but maybe this is something you do too, Pisces. Me being a Pisces moon myself, maybe this is something that you do. You feel like you have to explain your gifts. You don't have to explain your gifts. Your gifts are natural and pure and from God. People are not going to fucking understand it, and they don't have to. The right people who do will treat you right. They will accept your gifts. They will honor you and respect you and support you. But just know that the ones that don't, it has everything to do with them and their perception and their lack of belief. And what people are capable of. Even when you have shown them proof, even when it's right in front of their faces, some people will deliberately choose to not believe. And that's not on you. That's why it's saying this is not personal. So let it go as best as you can. I know it's going to take some time for this healing and transformation and for you to shed this old skin of yourself, but you are on the right path, Pisces. I feel like it may not all happen in August, but you're on the right path. You're doing the right things. Don't be hard on yourself and don't give up. This is not personal card says people's reactions or opinions of me are really not about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. So don't let their fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, or even your own ego cause you to lose faith within yourself. And the subconscious mind can also speak to what I was saying with this Chiron energy, that there are things even as far back as childhood that I feel that you could still be working through, because there are subconscious beliefs, or they may not be so subconscious. I feel like these are just things that, similar to what I'm saying with the ego energy, it's like you're more aware of it than you think. You may think it's subconscious or that there's something hidden from you with this deception. Like maybe you're worried that there are things that you cannot see that you may be experiencing or affecting you, blocking you, hurting you in some way. But I feel like Pisces, you're too intuitive. You're too in touch with your emotions to not know. Granted, I will say, with the survival aspect of things, our nervous system sometimes is shot. Sometimes we have habits and behaviors similar with the Virgo energy that's like, we don't even realize how it's truly affecting us. So it's kind of like maybe there are habits and routines similar with this Virgo energy that's coming through that I feel in August you're going to be really working to change these habits and daily things that just aren't serving your peace, that aren't serving the nurturing that is needed in order for you to truly step into your power, your truth, and to shine and to speak from your soul, regardless of whether others believe it or don't. The subconscious mind says, I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up, wow, confirmation. I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. This is in perfect alignment with what I'm saying with this Chiron energy. You are shedding an old version of yourself and stepping into this new, beautiful, nurturing, healthy mind, body, and soul energy, and also becoming somebody that others can benefit from, that others can heal from, because you are going to be able to provide them because of your generosity, because of your collaboration with other people who need your light, who need your healing energy, who need your wisdom, your intuitive guidance. So take time out to breathe, relax, and nurture yourself, and trust in your own divinity. This says, it's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. If I am feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I am free to gently stretch and open my eyes, feeling refreshed. So Pisces, get to your meditation, get to these practices, and don't be hard on yourself. Again, take one step at a time, take baby steps, take bite-sized pieces when it comes to integrating new habits. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Maybe there's something about even addictions here, or vices, or, things that have provided you some sort of sense of safety or security. Maybe it's like smoking or something like that. That won't be for everybody. But I'm just saying, like, be easy. It's okay. Give yourself grace. I feel like this is something the water signs have been really hard on themselves, because this grace energy keeps coming up in the water signs. So I'm saying, like, be kind to yourself like a mother would to its child. Maybe your mother or parents were not good to you, but you can reparent yourself and be good to you, and break those chains, break those habits, and create a new version of yourself by being easy on yourself, by taking one step at a time and just starting somewhere. That is this new beginning that you are being called to, Pisces. But I really hope this made sense and connected for you. I'm sending you much love and support. But if anything did connect for you, if you don't mind liking, commenting, subscribing. Again, if you want to book a reading with me or donate, anything's appreciated. You can do so through my link tree, which is down below or in my bio. But thank you for choosing me to read your energy, Pisces. And until next time, have a blessed August.